There is a chance that you found this video because you searched for AI companions or the AIC token. Now this video is a warning. I do not recommend buying the token because some numbers don't add up. It seems like there is some manipulation going on, and I'm sharing in this video what I mean. Now we've talked about the fundamentals already in a prior video on this channel. If you're interested in the tokenomics, etc., then feel free to just search for that. How high can AI companions go? Now the price development in the last week looks okay. We are currently at 50 cents and we appreciated by 53%. According to CoinMarketCap, it was the most visited cryptocurrency on the entire website in the last 7 days. But when I look at my own video statistics, I don't see a lot of interest at all. And that's surprising, given that the token is relatively small in market cap. If there's really so many people searching for AI companions, why suddenly do we have that little attention on the video? Now, apparently there's more than 20,000 holders of the AI companion token on the Binance Smart Chain. This is where the token is listed. Let's dive into that data in more detail. What we see here on the left, that's the number of wallets that hold at least 2,000 AIC. So at the current price, that's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. In the middle, it's 20,000 AIC, so $10,000 worth of the token. On the right, another 10x, so it's now $100,000 worth of the token. The numbers here do not make sense. When there are 20,000 holders in total, why are there only 200 wallets that hold $1,000 worth of the token? And why are there 100 wallets that hold $100,000 worth of the token? Those ratios, the number of holders, does not make sense. Having so many wallets with just a few cents worth of the token doesn't make sense. Having so many wallets with that many tokens also does not make sense. Why are there only 200 retail investors but 1,000 whales? 200 wallets with $1,000 but 100 wallets with $100,000. This is not natural at all. The price development looks like a predictable pump and dump where we might be close to the ceiling. But since this is not natural price development, we really cannot make any predictions where this is going. It very much depends on what the market manipulators want the price to do. Again, the numbers don't make any sense at all. It's the most visited token on CoinMarketCap in the last week. In the last 24 hours, it's the second most visited token. Yet, we only saw 160 wallets interacting with the token in the last 24 hours on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, one could make the argument, maybe it's not the spot market, maybe it's not trading on-chain that's moving the price. Maybe this is actually a price that's driven by the perpetual futures, by the bets, by the leverage. If that was the case, we'd see a lot of trading volume there. Now, in the last 24 hours, we only saw 4 million worth of trading volume on the spot market on HTX. On the perpetual futures market, we only had $33,000 worth of trading volume, which is pretty much nothing. The funding rate fluctuates around zero, and the open interest on the entire asset is only $500,000. Again, pretty much nothing. And all of those numbers don't make sense at a market cap of 371 million. So something is completely off here. I do not know where the price is going. The only thing that I do know is that whatever is happening here is not organic at all. The on-chain data does not make sense. There's nothing happening on the perpetual futures market either. And while the website looks somewhat professional, all the data here can be ignored. On a typical day, we see less than 100 new wallets interacting with the token on the Binance Smart Chain. I stay away. I'm not buying, I'm not selling, I'm not betting on any direction on the perpetual futures. This is extremely dangerous. Now, isn't it fascinating how for most altcoins, the movements to the upside tend to be much faster compared to the movements to the downside. We shoot up and then over a long time we trickle down. Here's the example of Dogecoin relative to the others market cap. So when there's news, when there's a lot of attention, the Dogecoin price shoots up within 1 or 2 days to then come back down over several months. We're seeing the same for the Trump token. We shoot up. This was the announcement of the dinner. And then subsequently, we come back down. There is a difference though between Dogecoin and the Trump token once we zoom out. So again, this is Trump relative to the others market cap. So the market cap of all of these smaller altcoins, and here is Dogecoin relative to the others' market cap. So while we do have our pump and dumps in both cryptocurrencies, the long-term trend is very different, as in Dogecoin just goes with the overall market. It simply just trades in a somewhat constant range, while Trump tends to long-term underperform. And there is a fundamental reason why Trump underperforms long-term, and that is tokenomics. It's new tokens that hit the market over time. Have a look at the following data. This is the number of Trump tokens that get released over time. We started off with 200 million. Now we are at 363 million. So it's the early investors, it's the team, etc. that cashes out over time. And that selling pressure, those vesting unlocks, that dumping on retail, that's what's creating the long-term underperformance. Now, some people say that markets are efficient and that everything is already priced in, but I don't think those charts show that. There is inefficiency, and we can simply turn this around. Let's say we've got Bitcoin relative to the Trump token. Then we're getting this chart here. So since Trump launched, Bitcoin outperformed the Trump token by 560%. This is how I believe we can make money in crypto. It's not trying to find the one outperformer among all those altcoins that always go down. It's doing the exact opposite. It's trying to be allocated in a way that we make money when the insiders and the early investors make money as well. When they are dumping on the average retail investor, we make money because things like Trump tend to underperform long term. As long as the token dilution continues, as long as new tokens hit the market, this chart is very likely going to go up. I'm making money with that strategy already for 4 years. This is a monthly chart. Had I just dollar cost average into Bitcoin, I would have gotten the return here in light gray. Instead, I got the return in black because I also bet on falling prices of various altcoins. It is a mistake just looking at US dollar charts. Really what matters is your portfolio value measured in Bitcoin appreciating over time? If the answer is yes, you're probably doing something right. If the answer is no, then you might just stick with Bitcoin and dollar cost average into Bitcoin and stay away from altcoins altogether. The Trump meme coin is just one out of many examples. Most altcoins have an increasing supply, and so here with Balancer relative to Bitcoin, so we go long Bitcoin, we bet on falling prices of Balancer, we can get this long-term chart. The strategy looks quite straightforward. There are a few caveats though. So for example, here with the Bitcoin to Balancer chart, we do have a lot of volatility along the way. Where does this volatility come from? It comes from small market caps. There is some token manipulation. There is some short squeezing happening along the way. And the smaller the market cap is, the more volatility we invite. So while the strategy is long-term profitable, we have to be aware of the potential pitfalls as well. And so I made dedicated videos on the topic. How can we actually make money from those inflating altcoins? Most altcoins do poorly and we don't have to find the needle in the haystack. The one altcoin that does well, we can just bet on the haystack continuing to go down because, again, the early investors, the VCs, they cash out and they dump on the retail investor. There are two important videos to watch: using perpetual futures on hyperliquid and risk management with relative valuation bets. It's half an hour each, so in total 1 hour of content. And after you've watched that, you know what to do in order to set up positions like this. Now, this here is currently my favorite trade. So this is the position that I will recommend to you once you have joined the premium membership. So you watch those 2 videos, you join the community. Afterwards, I will send you what to do in order to set up this trade. If you don't make money with that trade after holding it for 1 month, then I'll refund you your membership fee. I'm that confident in the strategy that you can simply just open that position, and if you're in the red, I don't want your money. The fee, by the way, is $125 US per month. Again, if you don't make money with that trade, I will refund that. But of course, it's a monthly fee. So I share all of my trades in real time with the premium members. So for example, over here, this is where I closed a short position on the movement token. Move was also highly inflationary. We opened this over here where we were at the upper end of the trading range on a relative valuation chart. So we always look at the altcoin relative to the rest of the market. And then when we make quick gains, when we get closer to the lower end, we might also take some profit and wait until we go back again to the upper end of the trading range. I know at the beginning this strategy can be a bit daunting, but again, there is support in the different chats. There's also moderators that can help with any questions you might have. So feel free to check it out. The link is directly over here. Just click on the screen. It will lead you to the premium website. If it's the very first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish these regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you next time on YouTube or see you in premium. Cheers.